Welcome back to the 10th floor. It's me, Matt.
Hi, everybody. It's Kat.
And
Sorry
you
we're a little
are
bit
here.
late.
We are here finally. Finally at the tail end of a
Really?
big week of General Hospital in which, Ned Quartermain wakes up as Eddie Main. He gets the heck out of there.
Mhm.
He's gone. Nowhere to be found. Well, except for this boy. That's actually why we were late. There was just somebody in the streets of Port Charles screaming, "I'm Eddie Main! My name is Eddie Main!" And it just held up traffic.
Like I said last week, wait till he gets a reflection of himself. Holy smokes. What the hell happened to me?
uh, so yeah, that's why we're late. But we're here. Hi everybody. Hey, get out of that waiting room. Get on this elevator. Let's go all the way up to the 10th floor and explore this week of General Hospital. Chandra's here, Kelly's here, Jeannie, hey Jeannie, Susan's here, Carolyn has participated in the chat so far, Deanna as well. Hi everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Angela's here. Hey Angela from soapoperanews.net. Let's see here. Who else? That's it so far that's participated in it. Jacarius is here as well. Welcome. Get in the elevator, going up to the 10th floor. Ding. Opening up to the 10th floor.
The music is, and if you leave me now, you're not part of me. That old
yeah, of course. It's a short ride. It's a pretty quick elevator. It's well maintained. People use it all the time, so you're safe. Cherie.
Yeah, it's not like a parking garage. Parking garage elevators, they kind of smell. This one, no. It's right
No. I mean, the funding on General Hospital is enormous. We've got two huge families that are constantly just handing over cash, buckets of cash, over to General Hospital. It's the Quartermain family and the Corinthos family.
Yep.
Can't even see my hand. It's so washed out. Look at that. At least it is for me. Sorry.
Well, it's in front of that pink shirt too. So
anyway, right? I'm just so distracted. Sandy, hi Sandy. Jeremiah, hello Jeremiah. Oh, Evelyn on her husband's phone again. Excuse me.
Okay.
And Mary. Okay. All right. We're on the 10th floor. What's going on the 10th floor today? What did we get from Elizabeth this week? Nothing. Elizabeth was last week. Elizabeth and Finn.
Elizabeth was last week, huh?
Got nothing from her this week. Not that I remember. Here we are at the tail end of Pride Month, and we didn't get a single, scene of importance really with Terry or Brad or anybody that falls within that community.
Well, you still have another week of June 30th.
We'll see what happens.
Friday. And June 30th, you know what, you guys? That is Granny's earthly birthday.
Well, hey.
June 30th.
Hey,
so
Granny.
we have another week to fit something in there, right?
Yeah, okay. Let's do it. Let's find a way. Let's give Terry a speech. I don't know, something.
That would be grand.
Well, the actress who plays Terry Randolph.
Uh-huh.
She participated in the downtown LA Pride Parade and was like featured on stuff and showed up on TMZ and was just, kind of the center.
I think I saw a photo.
Yeah. So good for her.
I did see a photo of that.
Yeah.
She was in a car, right?
Yes. I don't know exactly what it was, but I guess.
Car, right?
Yeah, been in the float, and then like she ran into the TMZ tour bus or something like that. That's always trying to snap photos of paparazzi, or as paparazzi trying to snap photos of celebrities or whatever. I don't know how all of that works. I don't watch TMZ or anything like that.
I catch TMZ every once in a great while, but not very often. I do like their format, though.
I'm really not really plugged into celebrity news. I'm plugged into things that happen on General Hospital. I'm plugged into what happens to those stars, like Sophia Matson. Congratulations, here we are, the 10th floor news roundup, the real life news roundup. Sophia Matson now confirmed 100% had the baby.
She did.
Yeah. Now it's on the news outlets and stuff, and not just something that we might have heard at the convention.
And I don't remember what she had, but I knew it was not the same as the first child. She has a boy and a girl now.
Yeah. So I think she had a boy first, and now it's a girl. I believe. I don't know. Don't come to us for the facts. Just the general vagueness of.
And I think I saw the date was like maybe a week or a week and a half or so before the convention.
May 21st confirms Angela. Angela, May 21st, and it's a girl. Yes. Thank you to Kelly contributing a girl as well.
Well, Sophia, if you ever happen to watch this, Congratulations.
Congratulations, Sophia. Now
Sophia.
come on down. Tell us what it's like to balance motherhood and being on General Hospital.
Yeah.
You
How
know,
you handling all
I'd like
that?
to know that.
As Jackie Zeman did she lay the groundwork for you to bring your baby to work too?
Well, of course.
Maybe she did. I hope so.
She laid the groundwork back in the 70s and 80s. I would imagine that Sophia
Yeah, I
Matson is
know,
still
but
celebrating that today.
management
I would hope.
changes. I don't
I
know.
don't know. I don't
I
know.
hope so.
I didn't see the daycare center on the tour, so I don't know what's going on there.
No, but there are two floors of that studio. We didn't see.
There's like 5 floors. They keep on saying,
Yeah,
"Oh, Becky never has to go up to the 5th floor," is what they said.
yeah. So that's probably where Frank's office is,
Yeah,
huh?
probably. It's where the executive
Probably.
suites are.
Yeah. Thank you.
But Jacarius agrees he would love for GH to have celebrated Pride Month in some way. Cherie says it's very typical for soaps to not do anything in June specifically. I don't know. Maybe just
I'll
a
take
notice of
something in
mine.
early
That's
July
all.
as well. Right? I'll take something in early July. Why not?
Any time of the year is perfectly fine.
Absolutely.
It doesn't have to be.
Absolutely.
It doesn't have to be something that's like, oh well, we're gonna have to do it because it's June.
No.
It's not like they have anything like that. It's
Yeah.
But whatever. Instead of talking about what's not going on in the show, we could talk about what is going on the show.
And there was pretty much a lot.
Yeah, we can go. We can use the headline. I think I changed at least I hope I changed the headline image of Drew going to jail, not for 6 months, but for 3 years.
In the Pentonville of all places.
Yes, they're throwing him in the hardcore slammer.
We. are.
He's going to be in there with the hardened criminals, the murderers, the thieves, like extreme things, like bank robbers.
It's a good thing Carly shut up when she did it there in the courthouse. He didn't get even more time.
Listen, what did you say? Carly better be thanking her lucky stars that she didn't get thrown into jail right away for contempt of the court.
She had an outburst though when he sentenced him. She had an outburst.
Yes.
Well, and I understand why she did, but at the same time, though, if she'd have escalated too much more and insulted the judge more, perhaps he would have said, she'd have been like, kind of like, I think of it like with a kid. Okay, keep it up. You're going to be on restriction for 4 days.
Doesn't work like that in the law, Mama.
Okay, you're going to be restricted for 5 days.
Your girlfriend is irritating me. You have to stay in jail longer. That's not how that works.
No.
Can't
He
you
wasn't
imagine
a very compassionate judge.
old Judge Hardass up there just being like, well, you know what? Carly's being such a bee right now. Instead of holding her in contempt of the court, you're going to jail for 4 years.
Exactly. Funny.
Oh my goodness gracious. Oh wow, what a wild day. What a weird night really in General Hospital, because I can't tell, is the Savoy open in the afternoon and everybody's partying, or is this night court? Because at the end of the week, we're at the Savoy, it's open, it's jamming, there's music, the lights are dim, everybody's out in their, date wear. And then we flash over to the court.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I expect that bald bailiff from the sitcom to show up.
Right? That's funny. Well, I don't know. You would think the Savoy, being kind of a little swanky, open it like, in the middle of the day, like, I don't know.
9 p.m. at the earliest, right?
I don't know. To me, like maybe 6.
6
because you can run in there and have a cocktail before you go to dinner.
I guess.
But I don't know.
Different vibes
I don't know.
for the evening. Well, it's like we were definitely in nightlife mode. It wasn't a after work cocktail time.
I know that the dive bar about a mile from my house, that place open at 9 a.m. Holy smokes. And there's cars in the parking lot.
So clearly, Drew's going to jail, 3 years, all that kind of stuff. But they have 7 days, 7 soap days before he goes. So that could be anywhere between tomorrow to Friday to the middle of August.
Yeah, days a week, a week is a day, whatever, right?
Yeah, all of that. No, Daisy says that Drew's going to be out in 2 weeks. So, if we can trust Daisy on that, then if we got 2 weeks and then the Drew's going to the slammer.
Oh boy.
And then
And I
Kelly
can't wait till
Kelly
he gets there.
Kelly contributes. Rumors have already started that Cameron Matheson is now off of General Hospital, but nothing has been said to that fact. No, Cameron Matheson is not off of General Hospital. He's temporarily away from General Hospital.
That's the way I understand it.
Yeah.
He got to go do a, Hallmark movie.
Right. Yeah,
or two.
He's got or 8. They just pump out all of those. I don't know. Is he like is he the baking one? Does he do like the baking time mysteries or something, or was that Lori Loughlin? I don't even remember.
I don't know because I'm not a Hallmark person.
I'm not really a
I
Hallmark
don't know
person
why
either.
I'm not either, because I love the soap stars and I don't watch them in anything else on Hallmark. And there's loaded with soap stars over
As
there.
I understand it, a lot of that stuff is on the Peacock channel.
Well, I got that Peacock.
I mean, I browsed it. So not even as I understand it, but 100% confirmed because I went and I looked, and it's there. It's not easy to browse. It's not like you could put like, what is the new Hallmark movie this month, and have it pop up. You just kind of go to the channel and it's like, here's our content.
Some with all the streaming platforms, there's some that are a bit easier to navigate than others, right?
Yeah. And since it's not like the Hallmark streaming channel, it's just like, here's all of the titles that are under the Hallmark umbrella. So, it's there.
I wonder if you could do a search on Cameron Matheson and just all of his movies will pop up.
Possibly, probably. I don't know. I didn't go that deep.
Huh?
I probably should have. Daisy says that TGI Fridays is open for lunch. So, if we can compare the Savoy to TGI Fridays, I guess, I guess we're there.
Does the Savoy show? I have not ever seen food at the Savoy. So that's what
little things, right? Wasn't there like little chicken nuggets or something?
I don't recall seeing food at the Savoy. So that makes it different too, in a way.
Angela suggests IMDb. That's a little advanced for Ma. She's not a big web browser person. So, going onto a website to find somebody's credits just isn't really something that occurs to you, is it? I don't want to put words in your mouth.
No, it does not. I'm a novice at computers because I choose to be. Because for 2 reasons. I don't care and I'm lazy. There you go.
That's fair. Oh, goodness gracious. So Cameron Matheson, he does the Hannah Swanson Baker Mysteries.
Okay.
On Hallmark. I don't really know what that means. Like, I would have to go see one of these Baker Mysteries to even know, like, was he used to be a detective and now he's a baker and he's like, oh no, there's a mystery afoot and I just can't put this instinct down while I make raisin scones. Like, what is it? What does he do?
What is it? So, Matt, have you watched him in any of those movies?
No, not at all. I need to. There's an opportunity for us to watch it and create some content around it.
Yeah, and I'm very curious if when you watch him on the Hallmark, does he remind you of Ryan Lavery?
Hey, we just gotta get to the bottom of this, all right? The clues are everywhere, okay? Hey, honey, put down the muffins, okay? The criminal, he's across the street. We gotta go, but we gotta be quiet, all right? Let's get out of here.
Exactly. I wonder.
Yes. We'll check one out. We'll have to check one out and do a special.
Yeah.
Like we tried to do with that Cowboy Christmas thing with Josh Swickard, and I don't think we were able to finish that one.
We weren't.
Yeah, we're also tired people.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, you're busier than I am, Matt. You're busy. You're much busier than I am.
Yeah, I somehow find a way to watch 5 hours of GH a week, though.
Even though I have a lot of stuff I do,
mm-hmm.
I don't have a clock in, clock out time like you do.
Right.
I do whatever I want, whenever I want. Kind of, sort of.
Yes, I rent my time to a company.
Except for the 10th floor. I try to do that at a particular time, which we bailed out today, sorry.
Oh, yeah, that's totally my fault. In reality, I lost time in the shower. I don't know what happened. I got in, and then it was like 2:35 when I was out of there, and I'm like, what happened?
You were digging that shower, man. I don't know. It's very relaxing, I guess.
I must have. My head was on a, this or a D&D game, or I don't know, life. I don't know exactly what's going on.
So what did you think? So we were talking about Drew,
yeah,
and
he's
got those, and Nina there at the Savoy. Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. They all shot a look at her, didn't they?
Yeah, and then Jocelyn can't just help. You cannot help herself.
Sonny, Dex, and Joss all try to look at her like, huh?
What is that supposed to mean, you crazy person?
Uh-huh.
And then she immediately scampers off to go, pick up her phone call when Ava's calling her. Oh my God, Drew's going to jail for years.
Uh-huh.
Ava's got her own problems, though.
She does.
I think this week we opened up with her in Sunny's penthouse, going, and now they're gonna fire Pilar, Ma. Now the storyline is to get rid of Pilar.
Pilar's been there for a long time.
She's been a mainstay. She's been the nanny, and then like her mom was the nanny, and her grandma was the nanny, and her great granny was the nanny.
Pilar's been the nanny since before Donna was born, for sure.
Yeah, she's the one that's been raising Avery and Donna. So I don't think she was I think her mom was the nanny of Morgan. I believe that's how that goes.
I think so, and I don't recall her name, but
something about the last name is the same.
Yeah.
I don't know. Don't tell the chat will tell us. They'll tell us everything. They'll tell us her first name or her last name. They're going to tell us her grandma's name. They're going to tell us every storyline she's been in.
You know, Daisy. I know you know.
Daisy probably knows. Angela probably knows. Shoot, Chandra might even know. Letitia.
There you go.
There you go.
Letitia.
Angela coming through.
I remember that now. And I used to always think, because all the Letitias I grew up with.
It says Melissa's here. Hey, Melissa. Yeah, Letitia. Oh, we're going to summon her.
All the Letitias I knew growing up all went by the nickname of Letty.
Letty, huh?
Yeah.
Like the Fast and the Furious.
Oh, I don't know the Fast and the Furious. I haven't watched it.
Me either, really. That's just Michelle Rodriguez's character. Has Michelle Rodriguez ever been in a soap? Because I feel like she should come in and just punk out Sunny Corinthos for a couple of weeks and then go scamper off. That'd be fun. That'd be so fun. Oh, yeah. God. Maurice Bernard would probably eat that stuff up.
She can punk him good.
Well, especially if he gets, if she comes in and, punks him out and then he gets the upper hand in some way and then she leaves town, like Maurice Bernard would be all over that.
She is one badass. If she's got like a rib tee on, holy crap, she's a badass.
and in classic Michelle Rodriguez way, she could just die at the end of the arc, right?
Yeah.
There you go. We're writing it. Letitia was killed by the text message killer, says Daisy. Kelly says Letitia was murdered by the scarf murderer. I don't know if that's the same person.
Oh, I'm sure I was watching it at the time.
Melissa says that Lost is basically a soap, and that's true. Supernatural soap.
You guys, most of nighttime television is a soap.
Oh yeah,
and it has been since the 80s.
Yeah.
Because episodes are not all inclusive that much. They usually carry over, even in sitcoms. Now.
Especially now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. But at the same time, the networks almost want to throw away soap operas.
Well, also at the same time, soaps are immune to strikes. Soaps are still there. Soaps are still like a cornerstone of daytime advertising revenue, which keeps these networks afloat. And so, like, they're taken for granted, pretty much. I think is what is what it is at this point.
I agree.
Something that's going to be on. We're not going to pull the plug on it because advertising revenue is still coming in. And when it comes to strike time, prime time's going to shut down, or it might shut down. It's at risk of shutting down and not having new content in the fall. We'll see what happens.
Are they closer to settling?
I really don't know. I think Angela could probably give us an update on that, or maybe I can navigate to soapoperanews.net at some point and take a look and see if there's an update there. I don't know.
Angela, you're right there. What do you think, babe? 2 weeks, 3 weeks, another month? I don't know. Monday, that'd be great. Monday.
Give us your professional opinion, Angela. We know that you've been hardcore analyzing the writer's strike. She says no, we're close.
Aww.
Excuse me. So I don't know how that's going to affect prime time. We know how it's going to affect daytime, as in we're quickly coming to a point in which content is going to be written by these non-contracted writers, and that's definitely coming. Month and a half or so before all of that stuff comes out.
I hope I'm hoping that it's not obvious.
What wild and crazy directions are we going to take, yeah. Right. Like anything can happen. I wasn't watching soaps during the last writer's strike, so I don't know, but from my understanding there were some curveballs here and there that were just kind of out of left field that people weren't expecting.
I don't really know because at the time not doing the podcast and whatnot, I wouldn't have paid attention.
I
And I
just
wouldn't have
wasn't
known
watching.
necessarily when that breaking point was.
It was a long time ago now, too, wasn't it?
And it was a long time ago. It
So,
was.
I don't know. We'll see how it affects General Hospital, but for now, I'm satisfied.
All right.
I'm satisfied. I mean, I could be greatly pleased. I could be, on the edge of my seat, excited to watch the show every single day. I'm not. I'm satisfied, though.
Mm-hmm.
I am, especially when
You
they do
got
things
anything
right.
else to say about you got anything else to say about Nina and Sonny and Jocelyn?
I've got all kinds of things to say about Cena. What kind of podcast is this? I have all kinds of things to say about Sunny, Nina, and all of that, but they've so dominated our podcast for so long, but it's also the main event storyline, right? We could talk about just like, okay, let's do, you know what we can do? We could talk about what we usually don't talk about, because we kind of talk about the events and we just accept them for what they are, and we react to what happens and pretend like it's the real world, and we don't, whine or complain about it or anything like that.
That's good.
But let's talk about how just ridiculous Carly and Drew are throughout this entire thing, and how victimized that they're making themselves feel over being caught doing a legitimate crime. Like, how could they do this to us? How could you get going away for 3 years? The travesty that's happening to our lives, Drew. I know, I'm going to sacrifice everything for you so this travesty doesn't affect you in any way. I can't believe that somebody would call this in and just like, you guys did this. You did this.
Yes, they did. But I think this is what, and to me, I kind of agree. They didn't gain anything. Even though, they didn't do the right thing. They didn't gain anything. It backfired on them at the end. They gained nothing. And the two companies never did merge. So I do think the 3 years and the Pittenville, it's a little steep. Sure. Maybe it's a judge in someone's pocket. Maybe.
Potentially. I mean, I guess any direction could be taken in this storyline. I don't know, but it just they did it, and then just how feeling so victimized about being caught is where I get
agree.
hung up. How about guilty?
I agree.
How about guilty? Not who is this person? I can't believe Ned would do like come on.
Uh-huh.
I guess they don't have to worry about Ned for a while.
They sure don't. Well, anyway.
But we can talk about Dex and Joss too before we move on to anything else. Dex and Joss, hanging out, having a good time. Nina trying to get in trying to recruit Dex.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of. Yeah.
I'm gonna be Sunny's wife. You like Sunny, don't you? Don't you want Jocelyn to be happy? But
yeah, and she even asked about protection, and she said, as long as So that was a message to me. Like, okay, well, as long as he loves you, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But after that, you're fair game, lady.
Yeah. So Daisy with a Z out there says it doesn't matter. It was in the intent when we're talking about Drew's sentencing, and I'm inclined to agree. I think that 6 months was awfully short. It does, just because you didn't profit from your crime doesn't mean that one wasn't committed. So
absolutely, and he is falling on his sword for Carly, because both Michael and Drew told her not to do that crap. Mm-hmm. But she's Carly, so she did it anyway.
And then on top of that, and also on top of that, they told her to do that, and then everybody is sacrificing themselves so Carly doesn't get punished for not listening. It's weird, Mama. I don't want to sit here and whine and gripe, but because, it's a weird it's a weird take on what's going on in these events.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
But,
I mean, even though I still think the sentencing is a little harsh.
3 years is harsh. 6 months was too soft. 1.5 years, a happy medium. Okay.
I think like 6 months at Spring Ridge is too light, but I think a year in Pittenville would have been cool.
Angela says that Martha Stewart profited and did willingly and knowingly act in insider trading. And did less than 5 months. I would say, in Martha Stewart's defense, quote unquote, I would say that she's probably a level of celebrity that Drew Kane isn't.
Yep.
And I would say that probably had a factor. That's just my immediate thought on it, though. So too. That's just my gut wrench podcaster reaction to that comment. Uh, Daisy
Oh,
says that 6 months is fair. I don't know. I've done no research on what the usual sentencing for insider trading is, so I really wouldn't be able to relate this to the real world. So I can only relate this to Soap World. And Soap World says
and
3 years, but in actuality, he'll be back by Christmas.
oh, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Maybe he'll get out because of um the hateful ponytail will help him.
Maybe, maybe.
Maybe Cyrus will help him in some way. I don't know. I'm ready for it. I can't. Oh, Jeff Kober, come on.
Yeah, I mean, in the chat it was said that we got Cameron Matheson for 2 more weeks of episodes. So I don't know if that means that next Friday he goes to jail, and then we get a week of him in Pentonville setting up whatever we're going to need to set up for closing down whatever it is we need to close down. I don't know. I do
That's
know
what
that
I'm
the
hoping
set
for.
is set up. We know that from the set tour that we did. The Pentonville Library was up, and that was up 2 weeks ago. Now I think 3 weeks ago. How long ago was it?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. So it was up 2 weeks ago, and if we're 3 to 5 weeks ahead or whatever it is, then
Makes sense.
I know timing is sort of aligning a little bit.
Well, I like that idea of I don't want the next 7 days stretched into 14. I'd like to see it staying within the next week. He's at home crying in his beer and kissing everybody goodbye. And then next week, he's in Pentonville crying in his beer for a different reason.
Scout, I'm gonna be with you, my darling. Every moment of my day, every moment of my life is gonna be with you and listen with Scout. And I'm gonna explain to Scout that I'm going away and I'm selling her legacy because I love you so much more than I love her.
Well, you know what? Maybe not that harsh, but however, he did put Carly ahead of his children. He did.
He absolutely
Scout, he
did.
did.
I love Sam, honestly. Sam ate him alive, essentially, until Carly walked in the door, and then she was like, well, it's fine, whatever.
Well, she did. She did. She told him off, and I was like, "Yeah, Sam, I loved it." She did tell him off, but at the end, she did show him some compassion,
Yeah.
and you know, she did.
Yeah. Yeah.
She did talk to him nicely at the end.
She didn't have to,
Trying to
though.
assure him
She
if
didn't
everything
have
was
to.
going to be
Remember
okay.
when
But she
people
did
would
rip
fight
him
on soaps and then
she
they
did rip him a butt, and I loved it.
she did. Remember back in the day when people would fight on soaps and it wasn't resolved by the time the scene was over? There wasn't like but it is his choice, so I guess I'm just gonna have to support it. Like, she should be hating him through this. I want that.
Mm-hmm.
You walked away from Scott, and then it causes tension with her and Don. That's how you write drama, everybody. What you do is you have a character make a decision, and then you have that decision ripple across these lives and see what else it can shake up.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it's just they needed to find a way to quickly get Drew out of there. I don't know how quickly, I'm going to use quickly in quotes here. I don't know how far ahead they knew that they needed to start positioning things for a Cameron Matheson temporary exit. But this is what we got for it. It's better than somebody walking into an elevator with a bag of cash saying, I'm going to Afghanistan, and then we never see him again.
Yeah, that's true. Ain't that a fact?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The thing is, says Angela, Drew thinks he's going to jail either way. Carly was offered a deal, but he was not. Making the deal was better for him too. I don't know anything about that. I don't know. I guess the deal would have been better if the judge was like, okay, 6 months, cool, gavel.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we didn't get that, and now everybody's panicking. But
And they were all
Willow's not
shocked
dead.
by it.
Huh? But Willow's not dead.
Willow's not dead.
So
she is
good.
slowly getting better, isn't she?
Yeah, they got her in that isolation chamber.
Mm-hmm.
Was the Sasha scenes this week, or was that last week? It was this week, right?
It was last week.
It was last week? See, I don't remember what happens in any particular week
Willow
anymore.
was on that much this week, was she?
I don't think so. Yeah, all of that was last week. Oh, what a beautiful Sasha scene last week. Oh, we talked about it, though, already. All Sam men except for Dante chooses Carly over Sam and her children. Well, that's why she likes Dante so much. And they sure are cutesy together on screen.
They are. I like them.
And then, getting all snuggly on the couch together. That's always nice to see, And then,
So what did you think?
Whatever.
What did you think about the gone awry sting of Gladys?
We gotta get Lydia Look on this show. Somebody send me Lydia Look's contact information.
Yes. Please, please.
I tried to reach out to her on Instagram, and Instagram said, "I'm sorry, you can't contact this person." I was like, "Oh my god, oh my god, maybe she needs to follow us." Lydia Look, if you're out there, give us a follow on Instagram.
Yes, please, Lydia. We like you.
All right, let's dig down deep into this. All right, because first things first, we've got Damian Spinelli, right? Damian
Yep.
Spinelli's right here. I wish
I
that
was
I could
happy to
bring this
see
picture
Bradford.
closer to you in a non-awkward fashion because he really looks like a Walmart employee in this particular photo. It looks like he's like the manager of the optometry department.
Yeah. And just got the news that they're going to close it in 30 days.
I think this is also his flip picture too, but they're zoomed
It
way in.
is. And when they showed him this week, I was like, oh, please, please,
Send it, Angela.
GH.
Send it.
Please, GH. Get that Walmart vest off him. Good gravy. He deserves another shot. Come on.
So it's always great to see Bradford Anderson, though. We
It
love
is.
Bradford Anderson. We
Yes, we
like
do.
to see Damian Spinelli.
Yes, we do.
He's just even with really dark eyebrows, we want to see Maxie and Spinelli on screen together. You know, did you see those eyebrows on Maxie? Not to get too distracted.
I did, but at the same time, though, okay, yes, I did. And yes, are they good? No, but this is it. Man, I saw a lot of people behind their keyboards being just nasty,
Yeah, they
crappy
were.
to Kirsten, and she don't deserve that crud. He
Mm-mm.
doesn't. He doesn't.
Mm-mm.
No,
No.
no.
With the schedule they keep, she
Well,
could have
none of
been
you
mid
guys
some
talking
sort of
crap
like
about
dye
her eyebrows.
procedure.
Oh, golly.
Anyway,
Leave
then
that
not to
girl
get too distracted from Spinelli and Cody working together side by side,
Because of
cornering
Sam.
Gladys with a remote microphone. If it wasn't for that employee cleaning up that table because Sam had left. Oh, Christina!
Yes.
Oh,
But
I
it
just
was,
put it all together right here live on the 10th floor, folks. I just figured out what happened.
but I found it lame that Sam wouldn't have realized she didn't have the dang thing when she walked away.
I think she intentionally left it there to get Christina out of the way because Christina wouldn't stop talking.
No, she wouldn't stop
She was
talking.
right there in front of that microphone, just jib jabbing. What's going on? Oh, you're in private eye business. What's the case? Like, Christina, shut the hell up and leave. I told you I'm at work.
She kind of said that toward the end, didn't she?
I am at work, Christina. Shut up.
I liked it.
But I need to talk to you about my life right now, Sam.
Right. And it was funny too, because Sam looked like herself, except for the big floppy hat.
The big floppy hat, yeah.
But just drew attention to her, it was silly.
Oh, goodness gracious. They always pick on her. I don't like that. Or are they talking about Gladys? Okay. Her eyebrows will become. Oh, they're picking. Okay, they're always picking on Maxie, and Chandra doesn't like that. It's true. Kirsten Storms is probably. Anytime she changes something about her look, she gets picked on about it. Nobody's ever like, oh. I mean, I can't say nobody, but there's a lot of negative attention out there, and it's just not right.
And and I'm not talking about who's on the chat right now. I'm talking about just in general. If folks are nasty to them, don't be surprised if they don't go on social media and join us. Because why would they?
Yeah. Just open yourselves up to
Being
seeing
chased
things that you don't want to see.
They're being chased off by people being mean to them, and that is just not right.
So everybody listen to us on the 10th floor. Everybody in the world listen to our advice. Be nice. If Bill and Ted can do it, if they can unify the world, the 10th floor can do it. Be excellent to each other and party on, dudes.
There you go.
That's all you need in life, right? It's that be excellent to each other and party on. I mean, that's what they need to paint on the Savoy walls. Okay, you walk in and there's a giant mural. Party on, dudes. Everybody, welcome the Wild Stallions, accompanied by Fido Xavier. Oh my goodness gracious! But back on topic, Kelly says Christina doesn't know the meaning of "mind your own business."
No, but what I was surprised with, it's written the way it's written, but Christina's just a little more savvy than that. I use your
I would
brother's
think so.
savvy.
Generally, but she's off in her own little world right now, trying to run a
Yeah,
foundation. So, I
yeah.
mean, I don't know how that's going to work out for her, given her maturity level that they're showing right now.
Well,
Which I don't know. I feel like that's a little bit of a step back for Christina. I feel like she might have earned a little more maturity by now, is what I'm saying.
it seems like, yeah,
Yeah.
we're not being so
Thank you,
naive. I don't
Janet.
know. I
Janet says,
haven't
"Love your
said.
live stream."
Thank you.
Thank you, Janet. But yeah, I would think that 32-year-old Christina Corinthos Davis might have found a little more maturity in her life. I don't know. Maybe she's just continuing to be lost in the spiral of not knowing really what to do with her life and finding her temporary passion that's going to burn out just like every time.
Well, Christina, it's kind of the writing's kind of on the wall. We can see it. So she's going to have her foundation. It's going to be successful, and she's going to carry her sister's baby.
Yeah.
I mean, what's going to happen to Christina in the next year, right?
It's gonna, yeah. So I mean, the reason why they recast the role of Christina is because they needed the actor to be more committed, I guess. Okay, I can't say that's the reason. That's our assumed reason here on the 10th floor. But they recast because they needed either the prowess of, the schedule of, the notoriety of, whatever it is that Kate Mansi was bringing to the role that they didn't believe Lexi Ainsworth could do. Maybe it's even the price tag. I don't know, folks. I don't know at all. But they clearly have plans. She's clearly going to be involved in major things. She would not have had that scene with Sam before if it wasn't for the fact that they're gearing her up for something. The fact that she even just had kind of that little throwaway scene means that we're reestablishing the character on the canvas and the relationships that she has with people and her attitude and behavior and yada yada.
And they're using the heck out of that Metrocourt pool.
They sure are. Because they said that it's permanently up during the summer, right? They have it up for the 8 weeks or whatever it is.
I think NK said they were going to take it down the end of August.
Something like that. And I really feel, though, I will say that, yes, you have a pool. If you have a pool, why not throw people in it? But we could probably pull that back a little bit. Because, somebody has an accident, bumps their head and falls in. Marty drops his phone and rolls in.
Yeah.
But maybe we can pump the brakes on that.
At least make the dives in the pool fully closed a little further apart.
Yeah, maybe say a few more weeks. Chandra says, if you're watching and would like to join the chat, please log into your YouTube account. We'd love to chat with you. And you know what? Chandra's right.
Absolutely.
And while you're logged into your YouTube account, you can also subscribe to the channel and like the video. Hey. So yeah, they're gearing stuff up with Christina. I really do feel as though she's going to wind up being the surrogate. I know that they're saying that okay, well, now we can get into the Molly and TJ stuff, which I didn't even write down on my notes. Look at us. We said before we podcasted, all we needed to do was just get started.
Yep, pretty much.
So Molly and TJ, with the endometriosis and the severity of the endometriosis has now made it so.
Yeah.
So maybe there was even some damage to Molly's eggs themselves, and the chances of conceiving, even in a surrogacy situation, might be very challenging.
Yeah, because does she have eggs? Yes, but it doesn't appear they may not be viable, right?
Yes. Kelly says she missed What's Up with Marty, but don't worry, Kelly. We're going to get into the details once we're done talking about these crazy kids and their medical problems.
Yes, we are.
So these crazy kids and their medical problems. The endometriosis has caused severe issues with Molly. We don't know, maybe never, ever, ever in any way, shape, or form. And TJ's like, it's all right. We could just adopt. And she's like, but I want you to have a little piece of you,
Yeah.
All of that. And I get it. It's worthy of exploring in so dramatic fashion.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know any families myself.
I did think about it some, like if Christina carries, even if they use Christina's egg, okay, that's the closest it can be to a Molly and TJ baby because their dads are brothers.
Molly's just going to be raising
and
her
they have the
nephew or
same
niece
mom
at that some point.
Right? Rick is Molly's dad.
Yes,
Sonny is Christina's dad. They are brothers and they have the same mom. So the closest she could have to a biological child that's not a biological child is her sister's egg.
I guess, but then that's just her nephew or niece, though. So it's.
Well, yes, but I don't think folks that go through surrogacy are feeling that way. They're just, I think they would just be grateful under the
So
circumstances.
basically, you're suggesting that
If the
Christina gets
sisters,
artificially inseminated by TJ, and then
I
TJ and
think,
Molly raise that baby.
I think they, yes, and maybe not even artificially inseminated. They could
You
do
want
like
them to
a
bone, Mama? You want them to do it the
no,
old-fashioned way?
no,
I like it.
no. They could create embryos and implant Christina.
Why go to all of that trouble if they could just get TJ in there?
Because who knows? It could happen that
It
way.
could
And then
happen.
they'll try to cover it
Any
up.
number of crazy things could happen and so
And
forth.
then Christina and TJ will try to lie about it. Who knows?
Oh my gosh. I hope we don't. I mean, I know that Taj Bella would not like to go in that direction. He wants TJ to be just upfront and honest about everything and just be a champion of a man.
Yes, he wants him to be chief of staff. Cool dude.
Just can you imagine though the Twitter reaction of them going to all of that? We're going to extract Christina's egg. We're going to fertilize it in a lab and then reimplant Christina's egg into Christina, but fertilized by TJ.
But
People would go, why are they doing this?
because they could do more than one embryo at a time.
Oh, goodness great. And then they can have twins. Ooh. And then somebody can like swap it and it's really Victor Cassadine's child.
I mean, come on. Why not?
Oh, God. So I think that we're probably going to wind up just with Christina with a traditional surrogacy of Molly and TJ's gametes blending together to make a baby.
Well, I think it's kind of obvious that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. It's been for some reason. It's been weirdly obvious for some reason. Ever since this whole thing started, ever since the whole like we're gonna have a baby, we're like, oh well, Christina is going to have Molly's baby. I don't know why I immediately knew that.
I thought that from the get-go too, and they didn't even,
there wasn't even the talk of endometriosis at the time.
They didn't feed us anything to make us go there right away.
At least nothing that I perceived. I don't know what sort of subtleties that GH was putting on their show that I missed, or we're just good at it, or it's just wildly predictable. I don't know what the answer is.
Oh, maybe we know something, but we don't know most things.
We can just sense it. We can smell it in the air. Surrogacy story coming along.
Oh, goodness.
I do believe that that's what's going to go. I want Christina to actually really have Molly and TJ's baby. I don't want, I don't necessarily want to see a repeat of the Maxie storyline with Lulu's kid and stuff.
Yeah.
I just, I want the challenges to be the fact that Christina isn't following the rules that Molly and TJ, these crazy ass rules that Molly and TJ want their surrogate to follow.
I could see that happening because she had some crazy ass rules already.
And Christina's already, she's a couple of steps ahead. I believe Christina's already a vegetarian, so there's that. But when it comes to like no violent movies, and I want them to play Chopin at 8:35 every night, and then they're going to check in with me every 15 minutes, and they're going to send me a video of them taking their vitamins every morning. Okay, I made some of that up, but
that's how extreme I could see Molly going.
Molly's going to get neurotic. She's going to be worried about the stress level. I want her to be worried about the stress level that Christina is taking on. And I even started writing a fan fiction about this mother because I want people to read it, because I'm a creative person, because I want to write things, and because it would be fun. I'm writing about how Christina hires Cyrus to her charity, and I think that would be a great storyline. I want that to happen.
I like it.
So, I'll put that out for people at some point. Just because. Just because. As a special gift from me to all of you.
Because you
what I would do in story format.
Yeah. Remember I told you guys a month ago, like, I could never send Matthew to his room. And, as a punishment, because he would just go in there and like create anyway, so it didn't matter. He'd rather be in there anyway.
Which is disappear into my imagination. You can't punish me. You can't lock me in. I got a whole world up here, Mother. Please.
Yes, Mom, send me to my room. Bye. Anyway.
Oh gosh. Yep. But that's all right. I didn't do too much to need to be punished for anyway. Oh, goodness. I'm still getting used to, Cherie says, I'm still getting used to seeing the two new actresses playing the Davis girls. Sad to lose Haley and Lexi.
I
It's
agree.
super sad. Totally not planned, though. If
No.
it wasn't for the Haley problem, we would still have very familiar faces in the storyline rather than having two completely new ones
Mhm.
driving the story for this character,
Mhm.
for these characters. So it's totally understandable and totally okay for you to feel a bit of a disconnect in the beginning of this thing because you don't have a connection to the faces of the people that are playing these characters.
Even though, I don't forgot her. What's her name? What's her name? The girl that's now playing Molly. Holiday? What's her first name?
I don't know.
Anyway, even though I don't think she looks like Haley
Mm-hmm.
at all,
Mm-hmm.
she still is enunciating and sounds like her.
Yeah, yeah,
She's
I
still
think she got
mimicking
that.
it. She's still mimicking it to me.
That's fair. That's fair.
She,
That's fair. We'll see if that casting lasts, or if they recast, or if Haley's
yeah,
problems go away, they invite her back on. I don't really know what the future of that is.
yeah, me either.
Holiday Kriegel.
Well, see, I had holiday correct.
You sure did. You sure did. Thank you very much, Angela. Jakarius says, I love seeing y'all every Sunday, Matt and Kat. Thank you very much, Jakarius. We love having you here every Sunday. Yeah.
And when you came to the Zoom, it was fabulous to actually now when I hear of your comments from Matt, I see your face.
Yeah. So that was definitely a
That's
benefit of the
awesome.
Zoom. Now we know what some of you people look like.
Yep.
Now you don't have us at a disadvantage. Now when we go to a convention or something, we can be like,
Yeah.
it's you,
It's
So
you.
yeah, rather than you being all like, it's me, so yeah. Holiday's her first name. Holiday Mia Kriegel. Jeannie says she's already used to Kate Mansi, so that's great. I mean, she is a familiar soap face. It's like if they, if they, it won't work because they already used her as Sam. But if like Lindsay Hartley came on to play Molly, be like, okay, I'm sold. I'm into this. Let's go. But I don't know Kate Mansi. I didn't watch the other shows that she was on.
I think Lindsay doesn't looks a little too mature to be one of the two.
I agree. I was just using that as an example
Oh,
of somebody that I know and trust and love already
oh,
that
I
can
see.
come in and be
Just
like,
someone
oh,
you
I'm
recognize.
sold. This is
I
it. This
understand.
is good. This is what I want to see.
Well, once again, because I'm guilty of this often, I am way too literal.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I took what you said literally.
Well,
It wasn't.
let go of that
I
literalism,
know.
Drax. Come
I
on.
know.
Come on.
Anyway,
Chandra said that they had a lot of fun on the Zoom, so that's great. We'll figure out how to do another Zoom again at some point.
mhm.
Like really, like the Zoom came about because we had something to share.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would just be like, hey, everybody,
And,
pay us $5 to talk about what we already talk about for free every Sunday. Like it just doesn't make
and I
sense to
hope
us.
everybody got their stuff. I know some of you
We got
did.
confirmed 100% that the mugs have arrived. That is it though.
Yes.
I haven't heard that the Maurice Bernard autograph has arrived. The Laura Wright autograph has arrived. The Dominic Zambrogna autograph has arrived. I don't know if the Tabiana Ali autograph, I don't know if that's arrived. And I don't know if the autographed copy of Nothing General About It arrived as well. So confirm with us, folks. Let us know that your stuff
Yeah,
got there because
please.
I don't want to look at all those tracking numbers and check.
No, we don't.
Kelly wants to do a 5-hour Zoom next time.
Oh
Okay,
my
all right,
goodness.
$10 an hour then, because that's a mighty investment for us to talk for 5 hours.
Actually, we kind of felt bad that we went so long. That
Well,
wasn't our intent.
I caught a glimpse of the chat and they're just like, geez, they said this thing was an hour and a half. What's going on? And I'm like, I didn't know. I'm so sorry. Next time we'll have more structure.
Yep.
Kate Mansi does heavy storylines, says Melissa. If she's Chrissy, that means that they're gearing up to some heavy emotional stories. Okay,
Good.
I'm with it.
I'm ready to watch.
I'm with it. I really do. I really want them to maybe it's just the fanboy in me, but I do want them to fold Cyrus Renaud into her charity. I think that it works perfectly for just some
But you don't want him.
drama.
You want him to be a good guy. You want him
Yeah,
to be
I want him to have to prove to
Uncle.
himself that he's really or prove to everybody and to himself that he's really changed.
Okay.
Situations where they think that he might be up to something. There's all kinds of tie-ins to like just the fact that he tried to murder Jason, like Sam wouldn't be into that.
Oh,
Julian's dead because tangentially because of Cyrus's actions.
look what he did to
He
Sasha.
he would what did to Sasha. He practically his organization went to war with Sonny's organization, which led to all of this crazy things. And Nixon falls and Nina, and all, like he's responsible for a chain of events that have done a lot of damage to a lot of the characters' lives in Port Charles. And so there's just so much really good story that they could tell in a redemptive way for Cyrus that I think could really work out.
And it would have to be, dare I say, a longer arc.
Yeah, it would have to be a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I would be totally for that, and I think Jeff Kober would be able to play it to a T. I
Oh,
think that if Kate Mansi is able to hold on to these strong emotional notes, as they say in the chat here, then you could have some really like passionate friendship scenes, not romance, but friendship scenes of Cyrus and Christina together against all of these people who are like, "What are you doing, you crazy person?" No, I believe in him.
mhm.
And then Laura could be on her side, to give him a chance. Like all kinds of different stuff could happen. That's all. That's all. I'm into
And
it.
you know
That's
what,
what I would
Matt?
do if I was a scab writer.
You know what, Matt?
What's up?
Those two brothers might be just changing places on who's good and who's bad. Because
Oh,
Marty ain't acting right this
you
week.
never believed that Marty was always on the total up and up, did you?
No, I didn't. I think he's got some skeletons, but I think they're gonna start showing them to us a little bit with
Especially
that
from X number
$50,000 from
3.
who?
Okay. This is what I want. This is
From
what I
who?
think would be neat. This is what I tweeted about this a little earlier. So follow us at 10th Floor GH on Twitter at 10th Floor GH. X number 3 works for enchantment. Doesn't
I love it.
necessarily have to be a Pine Valley resident that we already know, but somebody that works for the company, works for Erica Kane. Okay?
It would be cool if it was Kindle.
Why would he have married Kendall?
No, I don't know. She's not old
Mama, you
enough.
are off the wall crazy this morning when it comes to some of these stories.
No, she's not old enough. Never mind.
It doesn't have to be somebody that it wouldn't make sense, really, honestly, for it to be anybody that we know. So just somebody that works there, somebody that invented the enchanter.
Oh, I love that.
Told Marty all about it. Marty, in conversation with Lucy, accidentally lets go of this intellectual property, which Lucy turns into the Deceptor. And that's why he's all freaked out when Lucy's like, "Oh, well, and he inspired me, and he came up with all these ideas that fed into because he doesn't want to be attached to it. He wants no chance of there being any sort of a lawsuit over stolen intellectual property because of the link that Marty would have between enchantment and deception."
Matt, if they don't write that, they're stupid.
And when it comes down to it, we're trying to figure out how Jackson Montgomery falls into what's going on in the world of Port Charles right now. And Drew's going to jail already. That trial's over.
It is.
Carly isn't going to prison for it. Sonny's not in any sort of real legal trouble at the moment. Really, there's no legal battle for Jackson to be joining at the moment, unless he's showing up to town to serve some papers to Lucy Coe on behalf of Enchantment.
And that makes sense because he's coming from Pine Valley.
He would be, he could conceivably be a lawyer for Enchantment. So I did see also on Twitter somebody replied saying that, "Oh, well, Walt Willey spent most of his time on set with Felicia and with Lucy," and I'm like, well, then good. Then it falls in. Then it falls in with that.
Yeah.
So I would love to see that. I would love to see that.
I would love to see
I would
that.
love to see that. I want to see that. Let's scroll up in the chat.
That's pretty juicy, Matt.
I would love to see. I hope that that's the plan. I really do. I really do. Jeannie met Lindsay and Brooke at many Passions events, and they're both great. So Brooke Kerr and Lindsay Hartley, cast members of Passions. So good. In our experience, we've only had fun with the cast at events, so it seems to be a pretty normal, fun experience. So if you ever have a chance to go see one of these actors live, whether it's one of their stage tours or a concert or a stand-up thing or whatever it is that might be going on in an area that you can get to, go. It's always a good time, unless you really hate the person, unless you're like, I hate Laura Wright, but don't go to that one,
Yeah. They are fun. They're fun events. They are.
Daisy says that Cyrus is a villain that you love to hate. He's like Jerry Jacks. He's always fun when he comes back.
Absolutely.
Chandra says that Jeff Kober would be on board with that, I believe. And I agree. Jeff Kober in his real life is very zen bada when it comes to, he's very meditative. I'm being fun about it, but in all seriousness,
Yeah.
he's all about, inner peace and tranquility and art.
And
He's an artsy fartsy man is what he is.
And truth be told, the writers are on strike. What else is he going to do right now?
Really, I don't know. But I would also say that a lot of the cast has either direct or indirect influence on what happens to their characters, whether they realize it or like it or not. And it's clear that the writers try to play up to the strengths of the people that play the characters as much as possible. That's why Drew is how he is and not how he was when he was Billy Miller. It's because Billy Miller was really good at brooding and Cameron Matheson not so much. So, maybe we can lean into a little bit more of Cyrus's, of Jeff Kober's natural personality, and get some really good, be good to each other, be excellent to each other, party on dude speeches or something.
I like it, Matt, and I hope and we saw a little bit of that in Spencer with him and Spencer. Okay,
yeah.
He really, he seemed genuine with Spencer, but at the same time,
he'll also hit the hell out of somebody with a book.
Yeah, he will also. Yeah,
he could be our new Franco.
I like it. I like it
because Franco was all sunshine and rainbows until it was time.
I love that he keeps that edge. I want to see him somebody with a book again.
Yeah, because Franco was sunshine and rainbows until he had to lock somebody back into a cage. We can do it again. I'm with it. I would like to see that. Felicia and see Angela here coming with the. Felicia and Lucy go to Pine Valley to see Jackson. That's not as fun for me, Angela. That's not as fun, okay? When it's so close to actually happening, and then you have my fun bubble that's burst. I want the show to burst it. Nah, that's fine, Angela. Keep contributing. But that's cool.
And the only person,
then it has to be tied into Anna. Pine Valley, I guess it has to be tied into Anna. Then maybe, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe they have to go to Pine Valley because they've been summoned by enchantment. It still works. Read the rest of what I wrote. And then he comes to Port Charles. Well, there you go. Thank you, Angela, very much. Hey, heck yeah. Well, then I'm very excited to see Port Charles.
Me too.
I wonder if they'll dig out a set or use some sort of archival footage to recreate something.
At least show us a city limit sign. Something.
Thanks, Angela.
But you know what? It's not like they can dig him out of the mothballs, Matt. Those sets are pretty much gone, I think. Yeah. All those.
No, definitely. They lit those on fire a decade ago.
and they wouldn't. It's not like they weren't shot at prospects. It's not like they'd be somewhere in the back warehouse or nothing.
Yeah. No, totally, for sure. And don't worry, everybody. I wasn't truly being mean to Angela. Really, what it is, when it comes down to the spoiler thing. We're podcasting crew. We come across them on a regular basis, so it's not that big of a deal. It's weird for me because if I was 2 weeks ahead, completely 2 weeks ahead of what's being broadcast on the show, if I knew what was going on with every character and all that kind of stuff, I wouldn't be bothered because I would be up to speed with everything that's going on in the show.
Well, sure.
But these little dribs and drabs of little things like this is an example. I'm not truly upset, but this is a prime example. Little things of well, it'd be cool if it did this and then to find out that we already know that that's not the case. Just makes me sad on the inside a little bit.
Well, to me, it part of having fun talking to you is having a reaction to something we didn't know was going to happen.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what do you think? So you were talking about the 3 wives. We got so sidetracked. You still on wife 1?
No, well, I was on wife number 3. I don't know about wife number 1 and 2. Number 3 seems to be the one that's causing the problem.
Yes, that's causing the problems. So, but they've alluded to wife 2. They've talked about wife 2 a couple of times in the past, but they've never. But they have. He has. I don't remember exactly what he said, but that's the problematic ex-wife. Wife number 2.
Is it? And then who's the one that's paying him $50,000? Is it that one?
Exactly. Or is he getting it from somewhere else?
Or is he getting it for $50,000 right from her because he's supposed to be doing something that he's not?
Yeah,
And she's
maybe.
like, yeah, me, just,
Mhm.
oh dear. You better not come to Port Charles, otherwise I'm going to have to hide my skeletons even deeper into this closet. I hope Lucy never finds out because it's going to ruin everything. I can't get married, otherwise I'm going to lose this alimony because I was married to someone very rich. Maybe it is Erica Kane.
Wouldn't that be
It was
cool?
a 3-week tryst with Erica Kane, and I wound up richer than I could ever imagine, and I just can't stop that money train.
She said I reminded her of some boy named Ted.
Yes, yes. Martin's ex-wife should all be hired because they're Lucy lookalikes, said Melissa. Okay, okay.
Funny.
Drew's deadbeat dad scout deserves better, says Medora.
I sort of.
I don't know what it
He
is,
kind of
So,
like. He kind of sort of did hand over the reins to Dante.
so how do you feel about that, Ma? Put yourself in like Sam's position. All right, you're raising this kid. Yeah, Dante's a great partner, great stepdad, or whatever it is that you
Yeah,
want to call him right now. But then the actual father's like, I'm going to jail for my girlfriend. It's all right because Dante's really good with with Scout, right? It's gonna be fine. Like, would you be like, what the f, dude, and then like kick him in the balls? Like, what would you do, Mama?
okay. I would have thought. I would have thought what the f dude. Um, because of the short amount of time it was supposed to be. If he'd have known he was going for 3 years,
Uh-huh.
him saying that would have felt different to me.
Okay.
But only being gone for 6 months, you don't need to hand the reins over to some other dude for 6 months. You could go,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
6 months.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a long time when you're 5 or 6 years old. Six
Right.
months is a good long time when you're 5 or 6 years old. However, she didn't even really need to know that her dad was going to jail. Not really. I mean,
No.
she might have found out, but she's a child.
Yeah.
Why not? Daddy's going on a long ass business trip.
Yeah. He's
Why
going
not?
on vacation. What does that mean? It means you go away and you never come back, Forrest. Uh,
No, there's just under the circumstances, there was just no need to kind of. I felt like he was kind of like, oh, here you go, Dante. Sort of.
Melissa
I,
says, and then immediately deleted, so I'm not going to read it.
So I just didn't think that it matched. Like I said, if he'd have known he was going away for 3 years, perhaps that is doubling her. That's a third of her life.
Yes.
Years.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I get it. I get it. From Scout's perspective, it's a super long time. In the grand scheme of things, it's not. So
Right.
yeah. I hear that. I hear that. Three years is too much. 3 years would have
When
changed your
somebody
mind completely.
when somebody's in the military and has a tour duty, do they give their child away?
No.
Probably not.
No. No. No.
About 6 months.
Dante's got this. He's the champion of a man. If I had the opportunity to marry Dante, I would have taken it. You know?
And at the same time, though, I'm being a lot more harsh than how it was spoken on the show.
It is true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Kelly says 1 minute we're talking about Marty, and now we're on Drew. I am lost. You know what? Kelly. So
I'm sorry, Kelly.
we are. You know that movie The Shining. We're gonna talk about The Shining for a second. You know the movie The Shining. All right. Apparently, this Overlook Hotel is its layout is literally impossible. It makes no sense. Like, apparently, this little boy takes 4 turns and winds up in like a completely different room than where he starts, or something weird like that. Because Stanley Kubrick's crazy. So, that's the 10th floor, essentially.
And I'll give you another great example. We are the Winchester House.
Winchester Mystery House. You're gonna open up a door. You're walking down the hallway of Marty. You open up a door. Boom! There's Drew. All right. You're gonna take a left. You're still talking about Marty. You open up a drawer. You open up a drawer. Boom! There's Drew again. You can't explain it. So.
And you guys, we said this a long time ago, but Matthew used to be a tour guide at the Winchester Mystery House in San Jose, California, and he was great at it.
Well, thank you, Ma.
Really
I was
great
not good at showing up on time, though, as we learned today. Okay. Kelly hates horrors. Bad example. That's fine. That's fine. We could continue to talk about Marty, though. Okay. How did we get on Drew anyway? Who cares? It doesn't matter. But yeah. So ex-wife number. I mean, maybe it could even be Erica. That would be neat. But I don't know. I don't know what to expect.
But what we do know is Michael Knight's going to be on General Hospital quite a bit more.
Got it. Yeah,
Hey,
yeah. Okay, Kelly. All right. She's still not clear what's up with Marty because we switched topics. We're really not clear with what's going up with Marty either. We just know that something is up.
he showed up there at the Metroport pool with the daisies, smooching
Mm-hmm.
on Lucy, getting her all hot and bothered, and and then who was it sitting there saying, "Well, yeah, Sasha, when are y'all going to get married?"
Never.
Not both, never.
Never.
But Lucy didn't mean that.
No, she didn't.
She was trying to have a little reverse psychology on him, and she didn't mean it, but he did.
Yep. Yes.
And then they go to him by himself over there chilling.
And he gets a phone.
Gets
He gets a text on his phone. Ding ding. $50,000 successfully deposited.
Okay.
And he goes, "All right, what a great little arrangement." Whatever it is, like, what it was once a month, like clockwork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a lot of
You're
money.
not rude at all, Kelly. I just wanted to make sure that you got your question answered.
Ah,
That's what
come
we're
on,
here on the 10th
Kelly.
floor for. Marion Colby. That would be a hoot for number 3, says Chandra. Susan says that she
Well,
likes her
it's
style and
not
she
like
wishes we never changed.
wouldn't that be so funny? With the history of Tad and Marion, that would be
That would be
hilarious.
super funny. I personally don't know how to interact. So one of the ex-wives could be someone we know from All My Children. Marion. Yeah, maybe Marion. That would be weird. That would just be wacky wild. It's Liza Colby. It's I don't know. It could be anybody. Really anybody.
I hope so. I hope so. I
But
hope
what
so.
I do know.
Frank Valentini, if you're marrying All My Children in General Hospital, oh, I'm not the only one excited about
Oh,
it.
people have been talking about All My Children for so long. I really feel as though at some point, the logic has to have broken through Frank Valentini's mind when it comes to these legacy characters from Not One Life to Live. No harm, no foul to these One Life to Live tie-ins. I understand that it's very near and dear to his heart and very near and dear to a lot of fans' hearts as well. Nixon Falls being Agnes Nixon Falls, the Tano, because they're in the whatever the mountain range or whatever the heck it was.
Yeah, Lontano Mountain.
Lantano County or whatever,
Yep,
like being
yep, yep.
an adjacent town to outside of wherever it was that All My Children was at, or On One Life to Live was at. Cool, get that. I really, but going to Pine Valley, bringing in Jackson Montgomery, and there's a whole just I now get to experience how excited everybody was for their little tie-ins that they got to experience.
Yes.
And so Vincent Irizarry, I hope that you get cast soon as well, because that would be awesome.
Oh, Vincent, yes. Oh, that would. Oh, wouldn't that be fabulous?
It would be fabulous. Liza Colby could be number 2. Dixie, says Jeannie. I don't know about Dixie, but I am for Katie McLean playing one of the ex-wives that isn't Dixie.
You know what I saw recently? What Katie's been doing?
She's definitely Shirley been doing Valentine. A play, directing a play.
She's Shirley Valentine on Broadway.
Oh.
And I don't know if you guys have ever seen Shirley Valentine the movie, but it's a good movie.
It is one of your favorites. I know that.
It is one of my favorites.
Yeah. Well, that's neat.
Me no try to you. It's so funny in that movie.
Chandra says, Fido, are you listening? We need Liza and Marion and Dixie to be Marty's ex-wives. If Fido Xavier had influence on the story, oh boy, would he be doing everything that the 10th floor suggests? Because we got some great ideas.
Yep, and I tell you, I don't know how the rest of the directors feel, but I know Fido loves him some soap operas.
Oh, so yes, much. Yes, and he loves the crazy, just the insane world that soap operas live in as well.
He really does.
It's pretty nuts. It's pretty nuts. It is.
Yep.
It is. So I'm having a bit of a moment because I need to go and take like a moment to myself to handle the result of being a human. But I really don't know how to do that while I'm live because I can see the chat and you can't.
Well, that's okay, Matt.
Yes.
Hurry up. Okay.
Be right back.
Hurry up, babe. Get out of here. Go. Well, I had to do that during the Zoom. Remember? I don't know. Not all of you were there, of course, but I had to do that during the Zoom because we were on too long, like everybody knows. Yeah. Oh, I think we'll have to ask him when he comes back. I don't know. Did he put his new autographs up there, you guys? I don't think so. But he has new ones, though. 2 or 3 new ones he needs to put up. So I did go camping and just came back this morning. Matt and Dad and I, his dad's name is Steve. We had a great time, got away from the house, hung out, had a campfire, watched little kids fish. It was so fun just to watch little kids fish and get excited and throw them back. So I went camping for a couple of days and had a good time. It's nice to get away from the house. The only thing is, because I said earlier, I'm lazy, a little bit lazy. So camping's a little bit too much hard work for me. But other than that, we had a great time.
Back,
I talked about camping.
Okay, good, because I was going to say you're not telling the Blockbuster story, are you?
No, I was talking about camping. Going camping with Dad.
Thank you, everybody, for your permission for me to go use the restroom real quick. This is
now
not going to get edited out on the audio.
Story and for another lull. Okay, if he has to go pee again, I'll tell him. Anyway.
You want me to leave? I can just,
No.
Okay. And this will not be edited out on the audio podcast either, because I don't do that sort of stuff. So I hope you enjoyed the camping story as well, audio people. All right, where were we? We were talking about the show and stuff, things that had happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were on Marty. I think we pretty much exhausted Marty.
I think so.
But we can talk about Nettie Main.
Oh, Nettie Main.
He's kind of belligerent, isn't he? He's kind of an angry man, and I think that's because he has traumatic brain injury.
Yeah. And I did. You know what I found interesting about that scene where he's kind of giving Deanna a hard time, right?
Yeah.
She got permission to have a syringe in her pocket. She could just shoot him in with any time.
I was thinking that. I'm like, does she? Do we just show up to all of our patients then with some tranquilizer? Is that normal practice here at General Hospital? Jeannie wants to know why you don't have the chat on your side of the broadcast.
What?
Jeannie wants to know why you don't have the chat on your side of the broadcast.
Well, I tried it, and I am not able to do both. I cannot listen to Matt and really engage and watch you guys at the same time and engage with you guys. I just couldn't do it. That's why.
It's that simple. It's that simple. We get a better show out of it. So
you get a better show out of it. Really, that is the nutshell. You get a better show out of it.
Yeah. So we didn't, Melissa, and we'll definitely get there because it's attached to what we're talking about now. So so Eddie Main, kind of an angry man. He's grabbing Deanna. Deanna's able to just knock her. Oh goodness, I did think that, like, we're walking around just with hypodermic needles, a tranquilizer, just to knock somebody out in case they start getting shouty. He wasn't. He was just getting shouty. Like, I didn't feel as though that was trank-worthy in my opinion.
I didn't think so either. It's not like he was out of control trying to get out of bed, rip things out of his arms.
Ripping things out, hitting people in the head with bedpans, nothing like that.
He wouldn't rip it out of IV. He wouldn't do that.
Oh God, wouldn't that be wild though? Just Eddie Main, just bing.
Oh, and you know what I loved? I loved Olivia. Just telling Tracy to shut up.
Mama Cat was wondering if I had the new headshots on the wall. I don't yet. Because those went up with some very special tape that I don't have right now. And so I need to get that good tape because it's like very clingy to photos and not clingy to walls. And or like whatever, and it's just really good for this. So I need to either invest in like some proper frameage, or I need to get that tape again. But I do have them nearby. I got one Cynthia Watros. It's very washed out because my camera's bad, but
got Cynthia.
I got a Valentine JPS.
Yep.
Then I also got a Donnell Curtis.
Donnell.
And I also got a Josh Swickard as well. Yeah. And he signed it Swicky because I asked him to. And apparently that was his nickname in middle school, was Swicky. And so so long story short, real quick. Hey, Shannon, these are personalized. They all say to Matt, thanks Matt, all that kind of stuff. These are not personalized. And it was very awkward for the actors because usually they're like, hey, to Susan, to Shannon, to Chandra, to Melissa, to whoever. And in this case, I'm like, no, I don't want that. And they're always like, huh? And then I came up with the cover story. The real reason is because I didn't want them personalized because we were going to give some away. But I just said, last year I got them personalized. This year I don't want them personalized. I'm going for a different aesthetic. And they always believed me, even though it's true. And I was also lying.
It's true, but it's not
Anyway,
true.
it was a good time. So
Well,
I was getting him signed by Josh Swickard, and he's like, "Oh, how do you want me to sign this?" And I say, "Hey, man, however you want. Josh Swickard. You can sign it Swicky." And he goes, "I'll sign it Swicky." My nickname in middle school, and that's what he
yep,
did.
that's what he
And
did.
that's
It's so cute. I love
good
it.
story. Mama, yeah. So yeah, Mama Cat was wondering about those. There's the answer there. I'll try to have them up by next week because there's room. There's room here. There's room here. I could,
Yep,
see what I can do about this random Harry Potter nonsense. I can move. You
yep,
know,
that's true.
there's all kinds of options. I can even put up a green screen and then do something really fancy at some point. Turn my bedroom into a studio, Ma. What do you think about that?
That would be cool.
Kelly says, "Bless you."
Oh, thank you. Cough is almost gone.
You weren't lying, Matt. You were acting. Thank you, Melissa. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. From the top here. From the top. He should remember Tracy at the least, says Eddie. Says Melissa about Eddie Main. He clearly does not.
I agree with you because she was on canvas, totally on canvas when he was at Emmanuel. Yes, he should remember her, but he doesn't seem to remember anything about being Nedward.
No, he doesn't. I think Kevin tried his best to explain it as in
Yeah.
what do you use the word superimposed?
Yes.
Like this fake personality of Eddie Main. And when we're coming into like multiple personality syndrome type of deal, which is not what Ned is going through, but
Yeah.
if we get into that level of it, these subsequent personalities have their own mental histories and all that kind of stuff, in which one personality might not recognize another person in their life, even if
Yeah.
it is their own child.
So, like he said, he really believes he's Eddie Main. So that would explain why he doesn't
Yeah.
recognize Tracy. But it
Eddie
seems like
Main's mama isn't Tracy Quartermain.
right.
Eddie
But
Main's a whole
maybe
different
they ought to
entity.
ask Eddie Main who his mother is.
They can't tie him down long enough for that. And if anytime they say, hey, you, he screams at him. So,
Yeah. Well, maybe Kevin can talk to him.
well, they got to find him first.
Yeah. He took off, didn't he?
He sure did.
Walked into the Savoy.
He walked into the Savoy, but the Savoy is also loaded with characters already. So, I'm sure he'll get spotted pretty quickly.
Oh, he's going to get spotted super quick,
Super
probably by
fast.
Sonny. Probably by Sonny. Sonny's in the Savoy.
Well, I mean, he's definitely going to get spotted by Nina because he's walking up right up behind her. So there's that.
Oh, she's going to crap her pants, isn't she?
Well, Ma, not to brag or anything, but I might happen to already pretty much know everything that's going to happen on Monday, and I don't need to watch it.
That's true, but watch it anyway.
I am going to watch it anyway because I want to find out from what here isn't in the episode.
Yes.
And that is the only reference I'm ever going to make to what you all just saw me bring across my screen. So that's it. Yeah. Monday's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to all of the crazy antics and drama, especially when it comes to Eddie Main. You can already see how much Wally Kurth is enjoying this.
Yes.
You really can.
Yes.
I think at least.
I think that her rumblings, I don't know that it's true. I think that her rumblings that Lois is going to come back.
I saw that too. I saw somebody tweet as so far as saying that Rena Sofer is confirmed to be coming back to General Hospital. When it comes to statements like that, you just kind of have to take them as they come. When it comes down to it, always look for legitimate news sources, like soapoperanews.net is a legitimate news source in which all of their articles and headlines are verified and true. You're not going to find, Nancy Lee Grahn leaving General Hospital because somebody hacked her Twitter account for an afternoon.
Exactly.
You're not going to find that because it's not true, wasn't verified. And so, you'll probably find a story about the hacking, but not Nancy Lee Grahn leaving General Hospital because that's not true.
It's not true.
I didn't get anything, Jeannie. I don't know what you're talking about. Kelly hopes that Eddie Main sings, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a song from Eddie Main before it's too long, especially since we're already pushing for the treat him like Eddie.
Yeah.
Which means they're gonna have to get him booked.
Wouldn't it be hilarious if he starts putting on leather pants and crap like that? That's gonna be funny.
Yeah.
That's going to be funny. That'll be fun.
As it stands right now, soapoperanews.net is not reporting that Rena Sofer is on the way back. It is not currently confirmed by anybody any sources that they work with, which are very closely tied to the show. So stay tuned, though. I mean, I think that it makes perfect sense for the story. I know that the fans would really like it, but who knows?
The fans would love it.
They absolutely would. Lois versus Olivia versus Tracy. What would Brooklyn do? Says Melissa. I don't even know.
Oh, I honestly think that that Brooklyn and Lois would team up together against and I think Olivia might be just a victim of circumstances, but oh boy, the two of them with Tracy would be great. So fun to watch.
Yeah.
It would be super fun to watch.
It would be super fun to watch. And we got some fiery Tracy this week, of course. She's just bouncing off the walls of General Hospital, trying to march right into Ned's room to set him straight.
So silly.
And Gregory steps in. Gregory coming in with the knight in silver-haired armor. I've had enough of you, Tracy.
I have a prediction for the two of them.
They're gonna fight until their clothes fall off.
They are gonna fight until they kiss.
Of course.
Absolutely, they're gonna fight until they kiss. I think we see that already.
What do you think? So this dude is from like Falcon's Crest or something, right? So he already has some sort of like history to himself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember what nighttime soap he was on. I did not watch it.
But he was on something.
Yes. And yes. And on it, and a substantial character. And my gosh, he's not a bad looking dude now, but when he was a young man, holy smokes, he was so
super smexy.
Super.
All right. Okay. Melissa theorizes that Leo is going to be the one that cracks the whole thing and brings Ned back.
I like that.
We'll see. This could be the summertime story. We might not have Ned back until Thanksgiving. I don't know. I think Brooklyn.
The pizza wakes him up.
Brooklyn would have to manage his career, as a way to keep an eye on him. So
I like it.
I don't know.
And
Gregory's in a bunch of Hallmark films about the post office. Hey.
Well, there you go.
Gregory was acting like Gonzo from Trapper John MD, and I was down for it, says Chandra. I don't know if that's a character he used to play.
Yep.
Okay. Well, hey, lean into an actor's strength, right? So,
and who else was the lead on Trapper? Wasn't that Captain Kirk show?
Trapper John? I don't know. He was Hooker.
I think it's a William Shatner show.
I don't know.
Oh, maybe I don't know nothing. Who knows?
Well, he was TJ Hooker. I know that.
Yeah, he was. Maybe that's who I'm thinking of.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Trapper John MD sounds like a forest doctor of squirrels to me, so I don't know. Rinna's the best, so stunning. She was outstanding on Bold and the Beautiful, says Janet.
I didn't watch Bold and the Beautiful. I just remember her so much from, she was Brenda's best friend. They had a music business together. She had a personality, and the way she spoke is a lot like Brooklyn.
Uh-huh.
So they made me fired together.
Yeah.
And she always had really long acrylic nails.
Okay.
And they always had decoration on them and stuff, little blingy stuff. And they make my nails look like nothing. But they always showed up. It was kind of like her nails was the moss in a way, and I'm always catching a glimpse of her nails.
Right.
It's just fun.
Taking on a life of their own.
Yeah.
Melissa likes the idea of Tracy snaking Alexis's man. Well, Tracy and Alexis are at war with one another right now. When it comes to two characters that are really butting heads, Tracy and Alexis, and well deserved too, especially since how Tracy has treated Alexis over the last couple of years, as detailed to Gregory by Alexis.
Yeah.
So, wow. Trapper John was a character on MASH.
See, I don't know nothing.
That was a TV show too.
Cherie says that 3 actresses had been hacked on Twitter this week. 3 soap actresses: Michelle Stafford, Nancy Lee Grahn, and Eileen Davidson, all got hacked. Sounds like a coordinated attack of haters.
Yes. And it's interesting that both the other ladies are on Young and the Restless.
What do they what do they all have in common? Are they all politically minded and loud about it? Because I understand. Loud in a respectful way. I'm just trying to be creative with my language.
Yeah, I don't know. I know we all know that Nancy has taken a stance on politics a little bit. I don't know if the other two ever have.
I don't know. I haven't been following them closely enough. If Michelle Stafford was still in General Hospital, I'd probably be more closely tied in what she's saying online. Lois is basically Olivia and Ava combined.
Yeah, she was great fun.
Mhm.
That's why I'm all up for her coming back. She was
I'm
a
for it
lot of
too.
fun to
Bring
watch.
it, make it happen.
Yeah.
Make it happen. I want it to happen. Hey, make it happen. Write a letter, everybody. Write letters.
Maybe that would be the one person that Ned recalls.
Lois, ooh, beautiful baby Lois. You so
Yeah.
sexy hot Lois. Let's go play some music together and jam.
And I think maybe they were married, but maybe I think she was kind of involved in his music career, so maybe that would be the one person he would remember. Maybe.
Jeannie says that the three actresses, the one thing that they have in common is that they don't take any crap on their pages. So maybe they just really irritated some sort of tech-savvy fan.
Maybe.
Some sort of crazy QAnon person. Oh, I said that. Now they're going to find our video. I don't know. I don't know. Double C can see Tracy and Gregory together as a couple. I mean, it has been brewed. People kind of into it.
I'm into it. I'm into
There
it.
you go. There you go. Nancy Lee Grahn and Jane Elliott are having a blast doing it, says Daisy. So, hey.
Yeah.
I'm happy for that. I'm satisfied. I'm pleased. I like it when these people have fun and they're satisfied with their jobs and they want to keep coming back. Nothing's worse to me than finding out that an actor's like, I don't want to do it anymore. I'm done.
Yeah.
You know.
And that does happen. That does happen. It's not that they're done acting. They just they're trying to do something different.
But it makes me sad.
It does.
I don't want it to happen.
No. Because we get detached to these people looking at their faces so many times.
Like Kelly Tebow, like she's gone, she's not on the show no more. Britt's dead. That makes me sad. I like Britt. Britt was fun.
I thought so too.
And then, and all these connections that used to connect, that used to have Obrecht have a reason to be in town, kind of drying up, she's pretty much as Maxie's kids and that's it.
Yeah.
She doesn't even like her Scotty anymore.
No, she's not into Scotty right now.
Nope. And as it stands right now, Kathleen Gaddy also doesn't know when the next time she's going to be on set.
Really?
Yep. No scheduled dates currently. That could change at any moment, though. She could have gotten a text message an hour after saying that. Yeah. If Tracy marries Gregory, then Chase is dating his stepniece. Well, let's hope it doesn't get that far.
I think we'll find out that Luke ain't dead before then.
Ooh. Jakari says that he also heard a rumor that Lois is coming back, and maybe it's true. Jakari has heard it. He's got his ear to the ground when it comes to Twitter news. But, still unconfirmed. And when it is confirmed, you can check it out on soapopera.net. Hey, I'm just going to continue to plug it. They're not paying us. I just like their website.
We just like them.
Oh, gosh. What else is there to talk about? Chad, is there anything that we missed? I mean,
Yeah, is there anything else, guys?
Talk about Sonny, because, he's just getting married and stuff. He's just doing his thing, right?
Had to call a plumber this week, didn't he?
He had to call a plumber because Nina's a dirty liar. Okay. Just like, I had lost my ring. I did. Okay. All right. Nina, Ava. I liked the fact that they were on a run because Ava thought that Nina needed it. And it was like, okay, let's go get some coffee then. Cause you don't need to run.
Yeah. I like their friendship. Actually. I do. I like the Nina and, Ava friendship. I do.
Yeah. Oh, we haven't talked about Curtis, Portia, and Jordan. I think that we would probably have had more to talk about if Portia had grabbed Jordan by her ears and threw her across the desk or something. I don't know. There was some intensity there, though. There was, how could you do that?
There was.
Portia's not having Curtis's BS. I don't know. That whole thing is on fire. It's just a disaster at this point.
I think Portia and Curtis are kind of doomed in the long run.
I don't think. And it's weird too because I was never really sold on them as a viewer to begin with. When it came to their story, I always kind of felt like they came together because they used to like each other, like they used to be in love, and it was kind of like this unresolved romance from their past that kind of blew up in a way that they would prefer hadn't blown up in that way, and it was more like momentum from their feelings from being younger rather than an actual true active love that they have for each other at this moment. But I don't know if that's just too deep for daytime. So I just I haven't
Yeah,
been.
I just don't see that. No, I don't think they're gonna have longevity. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, and if they do survive this, why? Why?
Yeah.
Why? Why? For Trina?
But I like the relationship that's being that she has with Curtis. She seems like she's going to give him a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, to be really a part of her life. And but I want to see some Taggert.
Mama,
I want
once
to
in our
see
life we were
Taggert.
right too, Mama. Once in our podcasting life we were correct, okay? Last week in the midweek thing that we did, we said Zeke was going to run right up to Portia and be like, "Yo, this is what happened." And guess
Yep.
what? He ran right up to her and said, "Yo, this is what happened."
Yep. Yep. He did.
Oh, goodness gracious.
He thought, and he was thinking about trying to keep it to himself.
And he's like, "Nah,
Nope.
nah, nah, gotta go." And then he went and told her. So kudos to you, Zeke, for being a good and honest brother who's not keeping secrets for the sake of keeping secrets. You're just getting it done. Good work. Good work. I'm with it. So yeah. Bye, Jacarius. Thanks for coming. Portia should try dating a guy like Spinelli. Kelly reminds us that Elizabeth was on this week because she was berating Amy for being in other people's business.
Yeah, you're right.
Amy.
Right.
And your business.
Yeah, you're right. But but that was pretty much the meat of her week, though.
Yeah. I mean, it was pretty much the only thing in her week. Yeah. Amy, don't do that. Bad Amy.
Pretty much. Don't you have something to do? This kind of thing. Yeah.
So
I don't like this. Is what I don't like about
mm-hmm.
that. Maybe I'm just being hypersensitive. I don't like the way they write Amy. I want there to be more than that level to her. Yeah, she's a busybody. There used to be
more than that.
There used to be. Yeah, she's a busybody and she's saying things that she shouldn't be saying and blah, blah, blah. Let Amy have another level, another layer
she
to her. She
used to be Man Landers.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember Man Landers?
I do. But I just don't, I don't like this for the actress, actually.
It's really one note. It's not very interesting. It's kind of, it makes you not like the character. And
right.
I like, no offense to Risa Dorkin, if that's how you say your name. I don't know how, please tell me if that's not how you say your name, but that's how you read your name, Risa Dorkin. The portrayal of Amy is already something that is really large to swallow in one take. Like mm-hmm. just there's the voice, the portrayal, the mousiness, it already lends to a particular immediate off-putting feeling. In my case, it's not an inviting personality type for me. And so
right.
to attach like the gossip on mm-hmm. that, and to a degree where she doesn't understand that she needs to shut up.
Right.
Because this happens all the time now. Like, Brad, you can't hire Brad. Oh, what about Dad? Like,
yeah. Yeah.
Risa. Oh, not Risa. Risa. Okay.
Oh, Lisa. Okay.
Yeah, Risa. I backed off of my camera and stuff, and so I'm realizing I definitely need at this point 100%, 1000%. Mom, if I don't do this in the next 2 weeks, I needed to crawl through the camera and like be a mama or something and make me do this. And it is get the glasses done.
Get an eye exam.
Yes. Yeah, this prescription is definitely old.
I will remind you. However, sweetheart, you don't do a great job all the time of listening to me.
That's why I need you to crawl through the camera and like drag me there by my ear or something, I think they want to make her the new Amy Vining. For sure. That's what they want to do. But
absolutely, and I don't think it's a coincidence that the character's name is Amy.
Right. So, but also, didn't Amy have some layers to her too? She wasn't just gossip; she was other stuff.
It depended. Sometimes she had other layers, and sometimes she didn't.
Yeah, let Amy date Christina.
But she had a connection. She had an extra connection, though. She was Laura's sister.
Yeah. Oh, Elizabeth was also there for Portia to talk about. How come I completely forgot about Elizabeth this week?
Yeah, you did. And so did I. Sorry.
Kelly has claimed spot of mom number 2 in my life, and I'm here for it, Kelly. I'm here for it. I expect a Christmas card. And she's yelling at me to get an eye exam. So you got backup. You got backup when it comes to this reminder.
Here you go.
Oh, great. Now Chandra's chiming in chat. Tell Matt
Well,
that he
I
needs
was-
to get an eye exam. We're all his siblings anyway. All right, you guys are just gonna.
I
I guess until I show up with a new pair of glasses, you guys are gonna say, Matt, you didn't do it. Oh
Yeah.
no! Oh no! What have I done?
thank you guys.
I should never have let you people into my life.
Let's gang up on Matt about getting an eye exam.
That's exactly what I love having happen in my life, Ma. You know how much I love it when I feel ganged up on. Oh man, you
Sorry,
know,
babe.
just growing up in an environment in which I felt more than one person was being mean unnecessarily. That was an environment I thrived in.
Oh man,
You know, I often. So here's the thing.
such a middle kid, babe. You
That's
really
the thing.
are.
So if I was ever on like Maurice Bernard's State of Mind, that's the stuff I would talk about. How boring is that? You know, how non-traumatic has my life been if the worst thing that I could talk about on State of Mind is the fact that my dad and brother teased me at the same time?
Well,
I guess good for me, but goodness gracious.
that was my goal, Matt, all along.
You know, I mean, I'm very thankful to you know, to have lived the life that I have so far. But then also at the same time, I don't have much interesting things to talk about. I don't have any stories. You know, my coming of age was graduating high school and deciding not to go to college. That's my biggest story.
I know I'm not gonna bring it here to the 10th floor, but I have several volumes for
Oh, yeah,
them.
you lived it for all of us, Mom. We appreciate you taking the brunt of that and paving a path for a successful life in which our minds are not cluttered with these traumas from the past, but we can always focus on the future and also focus on love. You've got very loving children. Thank you, Cherie. I will definitely get my eyes checked at some point. Now it's got to be a bit for the show for at least the next 4 weeks. So it's your fault.
Now he's just gonna get defiant, you guys.
Oh, I've been feeling defiant at home recently because I've been getting really people have been on me about like dish scheduling, and I'm starting to just feel real rebellious about it. Melissa says that she loves how Finn keeps being Tracy's low-key cheerleader when talking to Gregory. Oh, she's not that bad. And then Tracy's also like, hey Gregory, you got to be smart like your kid, right? Finn, not that other one.
Yeah. Good stuff. Love Jane Elliott being back on the show.
I
Love
really
it.
do too. I wanted to stay for a while. I mean, I know that they signed her to a contract, but you know, that can only be just a little while. But I want to see it. I'm happy. I'm happy with General Hospital so far. I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen next week. I already, you know, have an idea of what's happening at the Savoy, so pay attention to that. It's going to be a fun little romp. For Sprina fans, they're back on Monday as well, so look forward to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
And baby Ace fans, look forward to Baby Ace. I'm sure some of this stuff has already been covered in the preview. It happened on Friday's episode, so I'm not spoiling nothing.
Spencer's going to be back on Monday.
Matt, you have to be able to read Lydia Look's reply to be on the podcast. I don't understand what that means, Chandra. Oh, I have to. Oh, I see. Because I can't read because my eyes are bad. I see. I got you now, Chandra. It took me a minute. It took me a moment.
Well, that ain't right either, you guys. Matt didn't get these glasses 2 years ago. You know, Matt's been wearing glasses. How old were you, babe? 10?
I got my first prescription in 5th grade, so I think it was 12.
No, that's 10. 5th grade is 10.
No, then 11? I turned 10 in the 4th grade.
Okay.
So 10 to 11. Something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that's a long time.
I did. I got my first prescription in the 5th grade. Because I said I couldn't read the board.
And my little grandson, who's 9, he just got his first prescription about 6 months ago. Yep.
Just bad eyes in the clan here.
There's some bad eyes.
Oh, I can't refer to our family as the clan. I need to come up with a different thing. Bad eyes in the old family tree here.
Yeah.
It kind of
And that includes me too. But I got LASIK surgery about 25 years ago.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on your laser surgery. I'm not going to do it. I've got this fear of my eye twitching, even though they paralyze you. But I still don't want my eyeball to be burned out by a laser beam. Anyway. If Matt doesn't get new glasses, he'll never see Peter August sneaking up on him until it's too late. Peter August is dead. I don't have to worry about it. Besides, I would just turn around and do an impression. He'd be so impressed that we would go into a life of crime together. Sometimes conversations are a lot more full when the person can't read the words they really say. Can't read your lips, so I really have to listen. That's interesting. It's interesting. I might mistake Uncle Victor for Mr.
So
Sheffield. I would.
This is it, you guys. This is it. Now, if we see Matthew change his setup where he's closer again, he's not thinking about getting those glasses. Okay, so if we see him start doing all that,
all right.
He starts doing all that, we have to get serious on him.
I'll try to not do that. I'm trying to not. No one is ever truly dead on General Hospital, says Kelly, and that is true. That is true. That is true. We can always resurrect old Peter August with the lightning bolt.
Sure could.
Yeah, we could.
Wouldn't that be?
That'd be something.
That's just Cassadine dumb. And they almost did this before, where they kind of did a Frankenstein thing.
I don't know. Did they sew a bunch of Cassadine parts together and try to resurrect it with a lightning bolt?
They kind of like woke up Stavros.
Okay.
From
state of death.
Yeah.
You can adjust the font size on YouTube chat. Oh, boom. There you go. Jeannie giving me the excuse to not having to get the glasses.
Jeannie, what are you doing? What are you doing?
If Matt doesn't get new glasses next month, he'll have to dress up like the old man from Up on Zoom. Okay, I guess that's another way to sell $5 tickets. I'm Ed Ashner. If Matt keeps eating the camera, he won't need new glasses. That's right. I'll just get into the frame. Anyway, that's it. We're being silly.
We are being silly. We need to get on the elevator.
We did get a comment in the chat that someone improved, that someone liked this time slot better than our normal 11 o'clock. And I'm here to say that we're not going to be moving from 11 a.m. For a couple of reasons. One, I like doing it at 11 a.m. It still gives me a day after that because we're Pacific time. So we do it at 11, we still can do something with a Sunday after that. Number two, it is perfectly situated in your Super Soap Sunday soap block of podcasts.
It is.
Because Maurice Bernard starts, and then when he ends, we start. And then we go, and then when we're done, you can tune into the GH Mini Spotlight over on James Lott Jr.'s channel. And then when he's done, Dish and Days starts to kind of cap off your whole thing. And then if you like Young and the Restless, you can decide to watch Young and the Restless rather than this on James Lott Jr.'s channel. So just everything gets covered. I don't know who does Bold and the Beautiful. I don't think anybody does Bold and the Beautiful anymore.
Neither.
But if they do, go watch that.
but I agree with you, Matt, for the time slot, because it does give us an opportunity to still do something with a portion of our Sunday.
Yeah. And I really do feel as though if you are someone that really enjoys soap podcasts and you really can have just a nonstop Sunday of soap commentary. If you really like GH, you really could go from Maurice Bernard to us to James Lott Jr. and just have your entire day be filled with GH chatter, or at least somebody who's on General Hospital, because they don't always talk about General Hospital on State of Mind. They talk about much deeper things than what we ever cover here, because we just cover a silly soap. So,
yes.
Melissa prefers the earlier time too. So boom, there you go. We'll do it for you, Melissa. We're not going to change our soap, our time slot because of you.
Truth be told, though, for today, we just didn't want to not be on.
Yeah, because we miss too much too often when we have things going on the weekends. We wanted to make sure this happened.
And like last time we didn't podcast on Sunday, and our intention was to do it Monday, and then that didn't work out, and so on and so on and so on, and we didn't miss that week on purpose.
Right.
But it did happen.
And so we got to avoid that.
We're trying to avoid that today.
So we decided that, if we can do it on the weekend, we need to do it on the weekend because otherwise the weekdays get too distracting. So anyway, I'm getting out of here. Clearly I've been winding down. We're getting on the elevator.
Yeah.
I'm going down to the first floor. We're getting the heck out of here.
You're that mom next to the car that won't stop talking to that chick. Let's get on the elevator.
Oh God, I grew up with that mom. Oh my gosh, I grew up with that mom so much. Oh dear. Anyway, get into your cars, turn your radio, previous episode of the 10th Floor, which you can find on all your favorite podcasting platforms. And if you can't find it on your favorite podcasting platform, then reach out to me on Twitter at 10th Floor GH, or you can email us at 10th Floor GH, 10th Floor GH, that is, at gmail.com. Beyond that, like, this video, subscribe to the channel. If you're an audio listener, subscribe to this podcast on whatever app you're using. Rate us, leave a little commentary. Do whatever you can to, spike engagement and climb us up on those charts. There's a lot of work that you all can do banding together as listeners of this podcast, much more than we can do as hosts.
Ain't that the truth? Really?
Army of 10th floor nurses.
Honestly, you guys, the only thing we can do is continue to do the podcast.
Well, and then reach out on Instagram and hope that an actor reads it and wants to be on. So, we all got things on the fire, so stay tuned, all that kind of stuff.
But we just, but my point is we can't self-click ourselves. We can't promote ourselves and just.
We only can once. We can only like our own video one time. So we'll get a lot more out of you. So as it is very popular to say on YouTube now, click that subscribe button. It's a simple click to you, but it means the world to us. So do it.
Must be true.
And yes, thank you very much, Kelly. I will try my best to remember to schedule an eye exam. Go spend some time with your families. I've been Matt.
I've been Kat.
I'll catch you next week right here on the 10th floor at a regular time slot of 11 a.m. Even though it's close to 4th of July or something like that. It's a couple of days before 4th of July. We're going to do it.
We are.
Bye.
Bye.
End stream.